Hey guys, welcome back to another TV show review. So I just got done watching all 8 episodes of Prime Video's new superhero TV show titled Spider-Noir, and here's my spoiler review. Now before I get started with this review, let me go ahead and say this first. I am a huge fan of Spider-Noir. I think he's one of my favorite Spider-Man variants. I really enjoyed him in Into the Spider-Verse, and when I heard that Sony was making a live-action Spider-Man Noir TV show with Amazon Prime, I was very excited. I thought the trailers for this show looked really good, and that's how I got so excited for this series. And now that I have binged all 8 episodes, guys, I am very happy to say that this series is awesome. I had an absolute blast watching this show, and this show made me realize that Sony needs to take notes from this, because this is how you do a Spider-Man spin-off project. There are so many things to process here, so let's break down the best and worst parts of the series. The first positive for this show is easily Nicolas Cage as Ben Reilly, aka Spider-Noir, aka The Spider. Even though this Spider-Noir is not the same Spider-Noir that we saw in the Spider-Verse movies, Nick Cage is absolutely great as the character, and he just gives the most sensational Nick Cagey performance I've ever seen. He just does such a great job playing an old, grizzled, and funny Spider-Man that is a private investigator, and this was the role he was absolutely born to play because he is perfect as this character. Another positive for this show is the supporting cast. I thought the supporting cast in this show was great, and I really found the side characters to be very interesting. Kat Hardy was a very interesting love interest, and her chemistry with Ben Reilly was so good. Robbie Robertson was another fun addition to the show, and I thought his friendship with Ben Reilly was handled so well. And I found Janet to be a really cool side character. Another positive for this show is the villains. I really liked how this show gave us some old school interpretations of classic Spider-Man villains, and I thought they were really cool villains. I really enjoyed Silvermane as the main antagonist of this show, and Brendan Gleeson did a great job as the character. He was the kingpin of this show. I thought Sandman was another great villain in this show, and I liked how they actually gave him sand powers instead of just making him a regular gangster. And don't even get me started on Tombstone, because in my opinion, he is the MVP of this show, and I really dug how he actually has indestructible skin, just like previous Tombstone interpretations. And I've never even heard of Megawatt prior to this show because I just assumed that he was an obscure version of Electro, but I thought he was a really cool villain in the show, and I really liked his power sets. Another positive for this show is the visuals and the cinematography. I thought the visuals and the cinematography looked amazing, and the whole 1930s aesthetic and vibe of this show just looked so beautiful. And the final positive for this show is the action and web swinging. I thought the action scenes in this show were very cool and very creative, and every time an action scene occurred, I was locked all the way in. And this show easily has some of the best web swinging I've ever seen since Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man. Now on to the negatives. My only 2 negatives with this show is that the pacing in the middle was a little bit off, and some of the CGI looked a little iffy. But aside from those 2 negatives, I had a really good time watching this show. Overall, I had an absolute blast with this show. I thought this was a great Spider-Man spin-off project, and I really hope this show gets renewed for a season 2 because I really want to see more of Spider-Noir and his world. And the rating I would give for this is a solid 9 out of 10. But anyways, yeah, that's my review for Spider-Noir, and thank you for watching. If you want to see more reviews like this, follow me for more. Peace out.